cleaned off.
Yeah.
Lisa Boscola.
Yes.
But I was following a truck across
Where the
22
ice
this
was
morning.
flying
No, the snow was blowing all over.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a
It's like
blizzard.
a blizzard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't clean anything. Yeah, I know.
Just hoping ice chunk doesn't come flying back.
Even the landline buses here, they clean, you know, you get those.
Morning.
Always cracks me up when they don't even clear off their back window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With a big chunk on the
Yeah.
roof,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting for like, they hit the brakes and the whole thing stops with the windshield. Like,
I'm Ernie the ass.
Colin is not here today, but he's, I think, gonna join online.
You should have said we should come up with
Those four join online. Quorum.
Yes. So.
KH is Cody Hines for
Yes, yeah, I can see.
So Kevin Surface is on.
Yeah, we got one.
So we got 5.
Yeah, gotta get to 8.
I don't think, was Kevin one of the names she mentioned?
Yeah.
No,
I thought you
I
were.
don't think so.
Hey, that's good.
Sort of expect Paul and Justin to be on.
State of the Husband's Church.
Yeah, that they usually do.
Do you like those progressive commercials? And then it got clouded.
It was really that night out there.
My wife and her brother.
Supposed to have embalmed him. Another one of his called in.
Bob Brooks. Bobby Brooks, yeah.
So that was Kevin on your list? Kevin Surface?
No.
All right, that's good.
You do have some calendars there in front of you.
They're really neat.
So those are all photos taken by people at the airport, so staff members and others, which is really great.
That's cool.
The presidential plane is in there.
And the helicopter.
Of course, that's lined up with President's Day, so we tried to
Oh, yeah, how about that?
theme it up.
Make
as-
some sense about
Make
it.
some sense of it, yeah.
The helicopter, let's see, what month is that I saw, let me see. July, oh, all right, yep, good, yeah.
Why, do you wanna wait till we have a quorum to start the meeting?
Yes,
That's
I
the
guess we'll wait a
centerfold.
few minutes.
Yeah.
You said that
Right, good point.
maybe Ann will come in.
Oh,
There you go.
there's Ann.
That's Ann,
2,
so
4, 6, so we have 7.
One more.
one more. Who's the other one on that list?
It's gonna be
Robert Brooks.
Ann.
Hi, Ann.
One more.
Hi.
Waiting for one more.
What plane is that with?
That was the
That was the
B-29
B-20, yeah,
that came in.
World War II.
And actually, I think that's potentially coming in again this year, Jerry.
Is it?
Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
That in, I think P-51 also with it.
teams here.
Len, are you ready? Sylvette, ready?
Yes.
Okay, I will call the order the board meeting of the Lehigh Northampton Airport Authority for January 27th, 2026. If everyone would stand and face the flag, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sylvette, please call the roll.
Paul Anthony, Ann Baum, Robert Brooks.
Here.
Frank Fasciano, Don Gottschall.
Here.
Ricky Gower.
Here.
Justin Grimshaw, John Hayes, James Irwin, Kevin Lott, Glenn Reedman,
Present.
Kevin Surface,
Here.
Mike Stershik,
Here.
Jonathan Strauss, Chris Worley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment?
None at this time.
I will take a motion for approval of the minutes of November 25th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Mike, second by Dawn. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Minutes are approved. We will move to the treasurer's report. Mike, if you will step in for that, please.
Yeah, we'll turn it right over to Todd for the treasurer's report, the financial report.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Thank you all for showing up today. Appreciate it. Little weather out there. Whew. All right. In case you didn't hear, we had our best traffic on record last year, 1,067,000 and change. Fifth best as far as aircraft traffic. Here where we are versus our peers. Again, the seats do not include the bus, but the throughput does. So if you included the bus, we'd probably be a little bit closer to all airports there. Seem to be right in the middle. We're up a little bit higher from where we were a few months ago. Much better than the actual average. You can see that the top three have some other things going on down here at the bottom. For the month of November, we had a really stellar month. Almost 420,000 of net income. A lot of that was due to overall expenses being low. And I think we do a good job of just managing our expenses. As we go through the flows, this is a perfect example. This is going to start the year off with all the snow, with a lot of expenses. We're going to have to figure it out. Because obviously some of these expenses are non-negotiable. We got to make sure that we take care of the airport, keeping it safe. Shout out to Steve and Connie and their folks for out there in all this weather and all this storm. So appreciate all your hard work. December, we squeaked in with 52K. We did put some expenses in there. Some of our expenses from the early part of the year, some of our extra expenses to give us a little bit of a running start. I did mention that we wrote off some of our parking equipment and some of our depreciation toward the end of the last year. Overall, we came in about -6 on expenses. That's the key. If you look at why we were doing really well, -6 on expenses, 5 on positive on net revenue. That leads to a pretty good year. This is kind of breaking them down. We talked about this last week, but the biggest impact obviously is the employee benefits. We didn't have as many full-time folks and our assumptions were a little conservative. I know it's hard to believe. We didn't have as many families as we anticipated, so we were able to save money. We still took care of the hours. That's why salaries down here are so much closer to the budget, not a bigger variance, but the biggest variance is on the employee benefits. Breaking down personnel versus non-personnel, we came under budget on both categories. Non-personnel really close to budget, but still below. Up significantly, a lot of that due to demolition and personnel costs. As we got up to that number of kind of optimal staffing, that's kind of been going on. So we're pretty close to where we are. You can see our budget number actually came down a little bit from last year as far as total employees minorly, but we're pretty close to full staffing, although we expect some minor hiring during the year. This is our cash. We won't have 2025 until probably mid to July, August of this year for 2025. But you can see we stay above, that 180 total reserve number, and we're still above our peer numbers, but that's also comparing it to 2024. So it's a little stack there. Any questions? Yeah, we went through it.
Frank Fasciano slide,
Which one?
the months in the black.
Oh, we got rid of those a long time. We're past CARES now. CARES is old news. All right, any other questions? But I'll tell Frank that you brought that up on his behalf.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
We need a motion to accept the financial report for November and December. Is there a motion?
I'll
Ricky?
make the motion, yeah.
Second? Dawn? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Dawn, Business Committee.
Sure, Ryan will tell us about the contract amendment for the FAA grant.
Thank you, Don. Morning, everybody. So we went through this item during our committees. I'll kind of go through just a quick summary here. So we're looking for an amendment to the Grant 120 to 2023. We ended up getting some additional funding from the FAA based on a ad alternate for taxiway alpha for the H&K group. Kind of seeing the graphic here. The red is what was originally awarded. The green was an ad alternate that, again, we worked with the FAA to ensure they were good with including it with this grant based on the additional funding. And it made sense given the area that they're in. In the spring, they're ready to go, and it continues. The area east of 1331 is really what we're going to be finishing this year. Everything to the west was finished last year. So we scroll down so that. So we're really just looking to amend their contract to H&K by $1,889,822.50. So happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the contract amendment for the FAA grant.
So moved.
And who was that online? Not
Chris.
Chris. All right. Any nays or abstentions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Dawn. Director's report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Todd reported on a good end of the year. In terms of what's been happening in January, besides snow, national checkpoint throughput is up about 2.6%. Here at ABE, we're up about 4%. So continuing, as Todd points out in his slides, to be up a little bit above some of the averages there. Since our last regular board meeting back in November, in December 6th, we had our annual Shop with an Airport COP event. So that benefited 19 students from Catasauqua Area School District. On December 13th, in partnership with United Airlines, we hosted the North Pole flight, and that benefited 15 families from Pediatric Cancer Foundation of the Lehigh Valley. It was a really great event. I think it's probably one of the best ones we've done. On Thursday, December 18th, we had our 10th anniversary celebration for our COPE program. And I think the OG is still, was available, which is great. Sherman, which is Glenn and Sue Ann, was happy to be here to make sure that Sherman was part of that. But 16 dogs attended. It was a great event. Media was here for that. On January 6th, we held our first Fear of Flying seminar for 2026, and we actually tried a morning rendition of that this year. So we're trying to provide different times a day for folks. On January 21st, we hosted a luncheon for our 2025 props recipients, positive rewards for outstanding performance or service, 19 total recipients for the awards in 2025. And, to Todd's point, Sunday, we had 11.8 inches of snow fall at ABE. I want to thank our maintenance and ops teams, certainly our airline service, our aviation service teams, our ops center, all of the folks who were here to make sure the airport continued to operate, was staffed. I know we had rental car operators, bus operators, we had planes, so we had a lot a lot of logistics, and it was just really well done by the team. So thanks to everyone who was involved. In terms of upcoming events, on February 9th, we have a Generation Next tour for 15 students from William Allen. So we'll be hosting them here. On February 22nd, we're participating in the AAA Travel Expo at Wind Creek, Bethlehem. And on February 24th, we're attending Liberty High School's Career Fair for Bethlehem Area School District. We did pass out some calendars today, a little wintry present. So we'll make sure we have those available for everyone else. And I think, if we wanted to recognize Nadeem, is that?
Nadeem, it was just recently elected to the Northampton County Commissioners. He's starting his term, and he's gonna be the liaison from Northampton County. He'll be here observing us, making sure we do our job right. So if everyone would say hello to Nadeem.
Hi,
Nice to
Nadeem.
meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
And I think last but not least, happy belated birthday to Ann Baum.
Happy birthday.
We'll spare you the singing.
And we won't sing.
Any questions for the director's report? Seeing none. Cody, anything for the solicitor? Is he up there?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Cody Hines here from Floria Perucci, in place of Attorney Mark Hahn this morning. Our firm provided the solicitor's report dated January 16th, 2026. A few items on the report. Our office provided guidance regarding record retention requirements for hard copies that have been scanned for electronic retention. We also provided a summary and consolidation of documents updating the articles of incorporation for ease of quick reference to changes and the status of the articles, as well as a few ongoing matters, which include providing guidance to right-to-know requests, contracts, and leasing matters.
Any questions for the solicitor? Solicitor, any need for an executive session today?
I do not believe so.
Okay, is there any new business from the board members? Seeing none, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We are adjourned until February 23rd.
Sounds close.
It's a Monday meeting, correct?
It is a Monday meeting.